Hello, I was waiting for you to get to 10. How are you? You know, I wanted to make a point because we are discussing time management today. So when you have an appointment, do you arrive on time or a little bit later? Sorry. Do you go on time, early, or later? Because I showed you what later is. This was later. But actually it happened because of a mistake I made in the link I shared. I shared the wrong link for the live. And so it was a mistake on my part. I had to correct a little bit, especially for some of you, because I know you are regulars and I sent the wrong link. So thank you for being here today. If you're watching it later, we are discussing time management, and it's a very, very important topic because if you master how to manage time, actually you can change your life very, very fast because everyone has 24 hours. So if some people can use it better, if you learn how to use yours better, that's a good thing. How are you and where are you from? Can you see me good? Can you hear me good? I was asking you to invite some more. You didn't. Hello, put hello in the chat. I think it would take not too much time. You know, whenever I say these things, I fail to make them happen sometimes. But we'll take, remember we have on money, we have the money segment that comes at the end. Money in cash or money in debit or debit card. So for those of you who want to get the money, we'll get to it quickly. I have, let me see. I have 7 questions today. That's the money. But let's first talk about time management. So say hello, hello. Make sure you can hear me, you can see me. We're going to go through time management. I asked a question. When you have to go somewhere, when you have not an appointment, but not so important, like a job interview, stuff like that, an appointment, like if they invited you to a party or something, do you arrive early, on time, or a little bit late, or very, very late? Which one of those do you do? What did I do today? I think today I did late because it was at least like 13 minutes maybe. But normally I intend to wait for you to gather a little bit so when I come I can start. If I did it right on time, there are a few people. Okay, so what do you do normally? Do you arrive on time? Before I give you some tips here on time management. Do you arrive on time? Do you arrive late? Do you arrive later? Or do you arrive early? If there's a party, like a birthday party, someone invited you for a birthday party event, what do you do? I'm not seeing a response. Let me see. I'm from Uganda and I can hear you very well. Thank you, Miss Lydia. Thank you. Okay, early. You arrive early? You arrive early. Yes, I intentionally did that. I intentionally to be late to see if someone is going to mention it, but I also wanted you to invite more people. It was 2 things because I also made a mistake in the link. I had to share it again, but I also wanted to see if someone will point it out. That how come you're discussing time management and you show up late? Before time? That's annoying. I don't like people who arrive before time when I invite them. I told a story in one of the videos. I used to invite someone for a birthday party and she would arrive like 30 minutes early. You say 1 p.m., she arrives at 12:30. No, I don't like that. Who else doesn't like that? Before time, arrive a little late. Okay, I like a little late. Because a little late, give some people to get ready. Some people time. A little earlier? Okay, who else is annoyed by a guest who arrives a little earlier than the time? Remember, this is connected to time management. That's a topic today. Who else is like me, who doesn't like people who arrive a little earlier than when they were invited? Type in the chat. Now it's not about you. I'm talking about the person you invited. You invited them for dinner, for lunch, for whatever, or a birthday party, something, and they arrive early, especially 30 minutes early. Still, I reach on. I don't, either for me, if I invite you, either you come on time or a little bit later. If you arrive early, no, I'm not ready for you. I know, Naim, I know. And then later you will use complain that it's late. So now I just do what YouTube suggests. Whoever comes on can come on Naim. Because when I did it early for you, at your time, you still don't stay enough. You come just a few minutes and disappear. I like people who stay on it. Okay. I like, you like what? You like people who come early? Ashraf, you do? But let's talk about what's early. For me, the person I'm talking about would arrive 1 hour early. It's like at a home. My camera is not clear. Who else is seeing that? You cannot see me good? Okay, make a comment. Can you all see me good? Because I think everything looks fine. What is there a problem? Please make a comment on if you can see me clearly. Because Naim is saying it's not clear. What do you see? Can you see me good? You know there is lighting on it. It could be, but I don't think I want to put more light. It's going to be too hot here. Can you see me clearly? Please put in a comment. Okay, good. Let's make a comment about these people. Maybe they will stop if they are one here in the chat. People who arrive early. The lady I'm talking about, he used to arrive maybe an hour early. If you said 1 p.m., she would show up by 12. But then let's talk about even 30 minutes early. For me, even if you came 5 minutes early, if I said come at 1, I expect you either at 1 or a little bit later. Okay. Please make a comment on that. I'm going to include the tips and we have to get to the money. Okay, that's good. Anyway, it's very clear. Okay, Ashraf, you made a comment somewhere. You said you do. You said you want to be, you like coming early. I like people who say coming early. Salma, you are leaving a little earlier. If I said come to the party or whatever, the function at 1, why do you show up early? If I ask you to come at 1, tell me the reasoning behind you doing it. Especially if you're going to someone's home and you show up before they expect you. Like that lady would show up before you were even dressed up. I felt it wasn't right. If you arrive early, maybe you stay out until your time, the time they invited you. Okay, please make a comment on that because the time management issue. Let's see the habits we have. Some of them could be annoying. Yes, like me, like what I did today, yeah? It had a point. I asked you to be more, number 1. I wanted more people on the chat. Then I had shared the wrong link. I had to correct that. But I also wanted to send a message to see how do you feel when someone keeps you waiting. Waiting, okay. How long are you okay with someone coming late? Like how many minutes? 5, 10, 15, 30? What do you allow? If you invited someone to come to your party, what's normal for you? Arriving 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late, 15 minutes late? Let me tell you, when we have appointments here, doctor's appointments or something like that, the maximum they allow is 15 minutes. So I was still fine with the time I came. It was a little bit over 10 minutes. So they allow up to 15. Only for our dentists, if you go for cleaning, their maximum they allow is 5 minutes. You can only be 5 minutes late. If you are after that, no. Okay. People who come early, if they are ready to help around, those will be family members. Those are not guests. They come all dressed up. No, I'm talking about the guests ready to be taken to like they need a drink or something. You take care of them. I'm talking about those kinds of people, not family members, like Lydia. Okay, 5 minutes. 5 minutes late, that would be like normal. For me, if I invited someone at 1 and they come at 1:05, for me, I consider that they came on time. They're not late, but I hate the early ones, seriously. Okay, let me ask you first, before I present my tips here, I have 9 tips on time management. First of all, I have to say, they said time management is personal management. Yes, I think so. 5-10 minutes, but not just showing up. And even people who show up right on time, they're annoying too. Like, they don't even give you a break. Like, you said come at 1, they're on the door at that time. Anyway, so I was saying time management is personal management. If you can manage time well, a person who manages time well means they manage themselves as a person. Okay? So I have 9 tips for you. But before I say the 9 tips, give me just 1 tip. Let me give you a chance, all of you. What's your tip for managing your time well? For those of you who said you arrive early, how do you do that? How do you get to, because for me it tends to be some interruption comes in, especially like right now. I could be like that interruption that came, I realized I gave the wrong link. Then I have to correct that before I do the other. See what I mean? How do you make it? Salma, Ashraf, are you the ones I noted? Yes, planning your day. That's tip number 1 actually for me here. Planning your day. But how do you know self-discipline? Yes, but that's the general. I'm talking about the specific, because what happens for me, like I have so much scheduled, and I actually like to apportion it. I say that's 5 minutes, but I tend to, the time tends like sort of to fly, like it's flying by. You say maybe I'll be getting, like you see me here, do you know the process I go through to be able to sit here and talk to you? There is a lot to put together. I put the whole link for you and all that, and then sharing it a little bit, and then get ready and all that, and setting the camera and setting the camera. You see what you have to do. So you may estimate it wrong. You may estimate, you think, oh, I think 20 minutes is enough for me to do that, and then it's not. And maybe there is an interruption that comes. Oh, yes, Frederick is in the house. Yes, I saw you, Shafi. Stay. You come and then you disappear. Stay today. We are talking time management is important. So you tell me, what's your trick? The trick you use to make sure the time you allocate is enough. Because for me, what happened, if I think, except when I'm cleaning, when I have a cleaning business, that's where I tend to be perfect actually. When I say that, in fact, I tend to save even time. But in these other things, I could say maybe it will take me 20 minutes to get ready, and then it takes me 25. So how do you make sure that the time is enough? Let me first hear what you have to say. How do you make sure? Yes, but still, you are getting too detailed, Ashraf. I'm talking about if you think, like me here, preparing to get live here, the whole process could take me like an hour. How do you make sure that that hour is enough? I'm trying to be more specific, that the time you allocated is enough. I'll give you a hint. Someone says that always allow for longer. Like if you think it's going to take you 30 minutes, allow for 45. But for me, I feel like that's redundant. I don't like that tip. I say you keep adding more and adding more. That if you think it will take you 1 hour, schedule 1.5. No, I don't like that. So what do you say about that? I think that's the way to correct it. Then the brain is fresh. Starting with majors when the brain is fresh. But you're still not answering my question. I'm saying if getting ready to get somewhere, you know it will take you maybe 30 minutes. How do you make sure the 30 minutes will be enough? What you scheduled is enough to finish it. That's the question I'm asking. Please don't get into those details. We're going to get into the details. But I'm saying, after you decide that this thing takes me so much time, how do you make sure that time is enough? All these are more details. Good evening from Uganda. I don't hear a lot of discussion about this, especially the people who said you arrive early. How do you do that? How do you do that? Maybe you are using what I just said, that you allocate longer time for things. For me, I don't like that. I see it as time wasting. Like, you know, something could take you 30 minutes and then you plan for 45. You're just being redundant. Is that the issue that maybe, okay, you are on time, but you're actually wasting time? Who agrees with my point? That people who come early, they're actually wasting time. Put a yes in the chat. Do you agree with me? I think that if I invited you at 1 and you arrive at 12:30, you just have too much time on your hand. Do you agree with me? I don't see it as time management, good time management. I time myself on my wristwatch. Okay, I like that. Yes. Who agrees that people who arrive too early, they're actually wasting time? So, oh, that's how you are here. Joe, welcome. Welcome. I give myself extra time. See, that's exactly the point I'm talking about. I'm sorry that I see you here and you're a guest, but I'm about to say that that's not the best way for me. Because if you give yourself extra time and you're wasting time, please defend it. Defend your point. Now you agree? Yes. You don't agree with that. With what, Frederick? You don't agree with what? I'm still on Joe though. If you give yourself extra time and you're wasting time, because that extra time could have been done for something else. I think I like the idea of Salomon, of the wristwatch, timing yourself. Because, for example, if I'm getting ready, although today I was about to make it, it was about to be fine until I spent time sharing the link and it ended up to be the wrong link. So I had to go back again. I didn't even share the rest of them, just a few. So I wasted about 10 minutes there, which is the 10 minutes that I lost here too. Although there was a lesson for me coming at this time. Okay, let's see. You should first time yourself. Yes, I like that. I was about to mention it. Moonlight. People who arrive early look to be idle. Exactly what I'm saying. If you are wasting 30 minutes, someone said come at 1. You are there at 12:30. We could have done something with that 30 minutes. Like when I go, I was mentioning the dentist that they say for my dentist, you cannot be there more than 5 minutes after your appointment because they block them 30 minutes. So if you come, like if I have an appointment at 3, I have to be there either at 3 or 3:05. After that, they can't see you. So, but then I come and I find people, they've been sitting for 30 minutes. They're after me. The appointment is 30 minutes after mine. I say, what? They're here seated waiting. I see that as a waste of time. Yes, that's the real point. Maybe it's because they are done with their chores. For me personally, I usually don't have free time. Done with your chores? That's what we are fighting now. Who says they're done with their chores? Or maybe you're going to call it free time. It's relaxing time. They decided to come and relax at your house before the party starts. No. Okay, let's get the points that I had. Thank you for that discussion. Planning was my number 1. But before you plan, whatever you're planning, you have to have a goal, right? And you know where I'm going with goal. It better be a SMART goal. I'm not even going into details of SMART goals. It needs to be a very good goal that is specific and measurable and achievable and relevant and time bound that you are trying to achieve in your planning, okay? After you do that, you have a goal for your day, your days. You have a goal for your week. You have a goal for your month, for your year. Like you have goals that you break down. Let me tell you something. I used to work, for those who are in Uganda, I used to work in Uganda Revenue Authority. We started it, the very first employees of Uganda Revenue Authority. And the people who came actually, the boss was called Major General, I think that still called General, whatever the title he had, was from Ghana, and then the rest of them were white people from UK. But our boss, in fact, he was called Tyson. He used to say to us every Friday, because I was an auditor, we audited all those companies, you see, that make your plan on Friday for the following week. And we saw it as very, very strange. Because for us, we knew at least you come to the office on Monday and plan your week. But he was asking us to plan our week, the following week, before we left office. So he needed a plan for what he will do the following week, the whole Monday, Tuesday, until I said, what? Who is thinking about next week? But he was trying to teach us something very important. Because if you plan it, Then when you finish your week, you think about all the work left, the companies you have to audit and all that, and you plan it. So that when you come Monday, you are ready to go. But we're not used to that kind of stuff. That's what he was teaching us. That you plan. Now, after you plan the week, and then when it comes to Sunday, then you also think about Monday. So Sunday night, before you sleep, you look at your schedule for Monday. You look at it, then you are ready to go. But you cannot plan when the day has already started. That's too late. You need to do it the day before. Those of you who do partner with Anthony talks about who can say, what does Anthony do? Something his dad taught him. That's to do with what we are talking about right now. That has made him successful. Those of you right now doing partner with Anthony, put it in the comments. Because Anthony learned something from his dad that he still does right now to do with time management. What did he say? Permanent cost. Look to me. Look to me. That's interesting. So he's responding. Yes, I see that. Maybe it's because they are done. Okay. Put a comment. Those of you who, yes, and he said he kept it right before, but the night before. The important point he was saying, he had it before. You do it the day before. Try it. If you've not been making your plan the day before, try it. Because by the time you come in the morning, you are ready to go. You don't waste any moment. You already thought about it, what you're going to do tomorrow. So you start going. You don't start with planning. You already planned your day, okay? And the other thing is, for you to, what you're planning, remember that SMART goal? You have to bring in the 80-20 rule. Who can remind me? I talk about 80-20 rule all the time here. The Pareto principle. How we need it right now. We need to sort out what's important. So, who can put me, Lydia, all those people around me all the time. What's the 80-20 rule? What does it say? Because we need it. We need it if we are going to manage time, if we are going to manage our lives properly. What does it say, please? Put in a comment. I need to know that when we are here, we're not wasting time. We're picking up tips. I've been talking about it forever. Yes, I see you, William. Have you heard me talking about the 80-20 rule? What does it mean? What does it mean when I say 80-20 rule, Pareto principle? Who can answer it, please? Quickly, because we want to move quick. What does it mean, 80-20? No one can answer that really fast. I'll be disappointed. Yes, focus on what matters, but what does it say? Why does it have the numbers 80 and 20? Focus on what matters most. Yes, but what does 80-20? Why those numbers? What do they mean? Or 20-80 or 80-20? Pareto principle. Who can answer that? Fred, you want to answer that? Lydia? 80% of what you do comes from 20%. Okay, Miss Lydia, you want to rephrase that? Because actually that's not what it is. You want to rephrase that? 80 of what you do comes from 20%. No, not like that, because it's really very specific. You have to learn to say it the right way. So this is what it says. Using my own words. Okay, 20% of the things you do will create 80% of the results you want. Ms. Lydia, are you seeing that statement you made there? So they're saying that of the things you do, for example, yes, so the things you do, 20% of them actually create 80% of what you want. So you need to know for everything you do. Remember, we said you have a goal. You are trying to achieve something. Who can give me an example? What are you trying to achieve? Like, let me give an example because it will take some time. Out of the 80%, only 20% the most important ones. 80%, only 20% of the most important ones. No. This is what it means. Please listen to me very carefully. That whatever you do to create what you want. For example, if you want to make $1,000, okay, and you have products you sell. Let's assume you have a business, you have products you sell. Please follow this. So because you understand it, it's very practical. To get to $1,000, you have 20% of the products you sell. I don't know what you sell, but those things, only 20% will lead to $800. That's what it means. Like you could be selling so many things in your store, whatever business you have, but there are some things people buy, they buy all the time, that they are actually all the sales you make over to get $1,000. Actually, those things, that 20% of the products you have get you to 800. Is this clear? You don't get the whole result of 1,000, but they'll get you to 800. 20% will get you to 800. So you have like a popular products that everyone buys, or maybe you have customers. I use these examples all the time in my videos. All the customers you have, maybe you have 10 customers. 2 customers, which is 20%, could lead you to the $800 you are looking for. Is it clear? 80% of the results from the 20% of what you do. Yes. So the reason why this is very important, to avoid wasting time on the things that don't matter. The things that don't matter. Because you could have a business, haven't you seen, like someone, or you have like, even like a farmer. An example of a farmer, I'm not a farmer right now, but a farmer. They have these crops they do. Maybe they have what? What crops? Who can throw in crops in the chat? A farmer. They have all these crops. They have some beans, they have some peanuts, they have all these things they grow. But they know that 20% of those things they do will actually get them to the result they want. Not all of it, 80%. 80%. Can you throw in a very good crop? Who is a farmer? Like a crop that's very profitable, that you know that if you focus on just that, you'll get to 800. So the rule is trying to show you 80% come from, yes, that. If you are all reading the chat, read what Felix, who just summarized this really well. So 80% is coming from 20%. So the rule is teaching you, as you spend your time, look at those things that create most of what you want. Not 100%, you're getting just 80%, but you're getting most of what you want. So focus on that, because you'll see that it takes you to bigger things faster than wasting your time on those other things. I just gave you the example of customers. I didn't finish it. You could have customers. Okay, maybe you have a shop. You sell sugar, you sell salt, you sell, but then there are those other things you sell. And you know that if maybe this gentleman comes in, he has a large family. Instead of buying 1 kilo of sugar, for him he buys a whole bag of sugar, 50 kilos, he buys a 50 of that, 50. So when this customer comes in, you know your day is done. Like the sales of the day are done. So that kind of customer, when they show up, you better treat them well. That's what I'm saying. So he's one of the 20% of your customers that give you 80% of the result you want. So tell me in the chat that all of you understood what we are discussing. Because it's so important. Apply it to anything you do. To anything you do, and know that that's how you get your results faster. You don't waste time on things that give you only the 20%. We are ignoring the 20% in that discussion because it takes us so much to get that extra 20%. Let's first focus on the 80. You get it? Coffee. Is the coffee very profitable these days? Okay, I want to hear that everyone has understood. For those of you who cannot chat here, it's because you haven't subscribed. If you have not subscribed, I'm sorry, you cannot chat. Support the channel. Okay. So everyone understood that? Because remember how we started, Miss Lydia? Always see it like, okay, 20% will give you 80%. Very profitable? Okay. Then you'll find that a person who is smart, they'll spend their time attending to the coffee. The only problem with coffee, it takes a long time to bring cash. So when that's another thing we can discuss if you are doing business, cash flow. Because the coffee is taking long to bring the cash. So you may have to supplement it with something that brings in cash. Then you know, okay, my 80% is over there, but the 20% here, you get some cash flow, okay? You all got it? Next time when I throw in 80-20, you all be very, very clear and you put in the answer. Okay, we took so much time on that. So, this 80-20 helps you to plan your day, looking at your goal. You say, okay, my goal is this. If my goal is this, what is the 20% that I can do to get to my goal faster? Okay? So then you are, in that way, you are also managing your time better. Now, number 2, I'm saying have a calendar. Have a calendar or have somewhere you write. Like, I quoted one of my videos that said, get the 24 hours into like from 7 to 7 night, 7 to 7 day. And look at your day and your night, how you're spending them, like hour by hour. If you really want to find some redundancy, if you have some time to go hang out on someone who invited you, that means you're not blocking out your time properly, planning out your time. So I'm saying have a calendar and put it in, put things in and see. How are you doing? So who here in the chat has a calendar? Who has a calendar right now? Like where you look at the my time. I don't know why I'm like this. I don't know. I'm actually speaking, but tears come out. I think you've seen me in some videos. I'm just speaking or get excited or something and tears come. Okay, so these are like tears of happiness. I don't know. Who has a calendar? Okay, Google Calendar, but are you using it? I want someone who's using a calendar right now. Like every day. Everything is on a calendar. You say from 7 to 8, I'm doing that. From 8 to 9, I'm doing that. And it's all planned out. Who is doing that? No, you may have it, but are you using it? I should have said who is using a calendar. Are you using a calendar? Like you know, from this time to this time, I'm doing this. From this time to that time, like real time. Or from this time, I'm taking a break. From this time, like that. Who is doing it? You all have calendars. I also have a calendar on my phone, but am I using it? Who is using a calendar? Because if you are not using a calendar, that's how you are wasting your time. Even if you have a real calendar, for me, I think I'm old-fashioned. I like this paper stuff. Because, okay, we like the phones and all. Maybe your phone is easier for you. But if you really got a paper like this, you don't. I use, but sometimes I'm not consistent. That's what I'm saying. Miss Lydia, do you know why? Because you are using the Google Calendar, and okay, people on Google Calendars are the ones who are online a lot. But let me give you a clue. At least for me, I think because of the cleaning business, everything has to be on a calendar. You don't know the calendars they sell in a shop? What is that? Printer, you know, like they're already printed out. Sometimes they even put spaces. Really good. So you say on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it has spaces. So what I do, I write down, okay, today, I'm talking about the cleaning calendar for my business. I write, okay, on Monday, we have that project and that and that and that. So there's enough space. So you could have that kind of thing, or maybe just draw it yourself. Like from now, but I want the numbers 1 to 24, or 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and then 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., all 12 hours. If it's going to be sleep, okay, let's map it out. From 11 to 7 or from 10 to 6, I'm sleeping. Sleep. And then this time, and do you know why I want you to have this calendar? In fact, here I said in the calendar you can put work time, you can put rest time, you can put fun time, you can put family time, and then you can put something very, very important. Phone time. Phone, telephone time. Who has telephone time here in the chat? Tell the truth. This is the only time I'm on the phone. Let's see who is telling the truth. Who has telephone time? Like this time is for telephone. Who has that? Or use anytime is telephone time? Because if you are doing that, that's a big fail. If any time is telephone time, like something comes on the phone, you react to it every time, that's the biggest distraction. My phones are always silent. They are silent for a reason. Because telephone time is telephone time. It cannot be all the time. So tell the truth. Who has telephone time? This discussion today, if your takeaway is just telephone time, it's well worth it. No. Let me give you a clue. Fred, today, if the only thing you take away from here is to have telephone time, you're going to be so productive. Let me tell you how telephone time could work. You say, right now, for example, you are in partner with Anthony. When you are in your partner with Anthony session, you cannot be in telephone time at the same time. No, you cannot be telephone time because this is time when you start a minute, you are doing your session. You focus on that and finish it, and then maybe you go check the phone. But even that could be too soon. Maybe to glance on it if something is urgent. But let me show you what telephone time could mean, like how I used to do it. You know, for those of you that tell my stories, when I first came to America, I came to America and my whole family was in Uganda, right? This is what telephone time could look like. On Sunday, that's when I sat and had all my numbers and called all my people. I could have like 20 people to talk to. But I know that on Sunday afternoon, that's when I sit and talk to all of them. And they knew it. Okay, that's when I sit and say, I call this person, I call this person, I call this person. That's telephone time is gone. Now, the way you can do it like right now, you can say, this is Facebook time. Facebook time or social media time. You start deliberately. Now I'm on Facebook. Okay, what's going on Facebook? You check Facebook, you finish. Now I'm on Instagram. What's going on Instagram? Now what's going on YouTube? Time, that's social media time. It's done. Maybe it's 1 hour, maybe 30 minutes, but you scheduled it. It's in your calendar. Not to respond. I'm not saying notifications. You could have notifications, but you can keep your phone in silent. That when you are in phone time, you get out the phone and see what's been going on and deal with the phone. The same time with emails. Who checks emails every time it pops up? Who goes and reads an email every time it comes to your phone? I have every day when my phone is totally in silent. Yes, but not the whole day though. You need to know. Don't like cut it off completely. When you schedule your time, you could say, these 2 hours, I'm focused here, but let me check on the phone. You could even check. Like right now, I'm talking to you, I'm seeing what's going on with my phone. Like I can see that something just popped up there. Because it could be urgent. You see what I mean? But not like total phone time that you're getting inside the social media and all that stuff. You can attend to something urgent. You can glance. If it's urgent, yes. But I'm saying you could also block it out completely. That's why when I'm doing something serious, I like to do them at night. Because at night, no one is going to be interrupting me on the phone, right? You can focus, complete focus. So I was asking something. What's that, Maze? What's that, Miss Coach? Yes, Miss Lydia, it could be total silent, but you glance on it. I was asking about email. Who checks an email as soon as it pops up? You get a notification and go read the email. Because if you do that, you don't know how much time you are wasting. You can have email time. Yes, you can have the phone time. Remember I said Facebook, you go Instagram time, maybe YouTube time, and then this is email time. You can check your emails in the morning, then maybe lunchtime, and maybe evening. But you cannot be reading every email as it comes. Because if you do that, the distraction, you know what they say? Who knows this figure? This figure they say that once you get off something, when you are concentrated on doing something, and then you leave and you come back, how long does it take you to get back to where you were before you left? Like maybe you're working on a project. If you got to take a phone call and you come back, how long does it take you to get in that same mode you were before you left to go to take the phone call? Do you know how long it takes? I usually open my email at night. Although it's like this, depending on what happens in your emails. If what I'm saying, please don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying don't check. I'm saying be deliberate when you are checking, because you could miss a very important email. But know that, okay, I check, because friend, if you are checking once a day, if you are doing serious things, once a day is not enough for email. You need to maybe chunks of like maybe every 3 hours or every 4 hours, because you could miss a very important email. That's what I was saying. Even with the phone, I'm not saying put it away and forget. Check it a little bit, but the time when you really give it full attention is deliberate. You say, at this time, I'm going to see everything I missed. That's why here we use voice message a lot, voicemail a lot. People call, they don't expect you to take the call. They just leave a message. That's a tip for you. If you can afford having a voice service on your phone, people call and leave a message, and it's known. They'll respond to me later. You call, leave someone a message. It's like texting someone, not expecting a text back. They'll come, take a look, and respond to you. Okay? So we did that. That was the calendar and blocking things. Okay, use a timer. Already, Salma, I think, mentioned it when we talked about the use of a timer. The use of a timer, I would call it, I like to use the word magic when I'm speaking. It's like magic. If you ever get in the habit of timing yourself, because for me, time is money, they say. Yes. So, a timer, try it. There's so many things I'm saying, go try it. Because a timer, for some reason, you start doing things so faster, much faster and better. For me, it started with owning a cleaning business. In America, everything is per hour. They say you per hour. They pay you every hour. Everything is per hour. So the hour is really, really valued. So what happened, I gave an example. Like if I hire someone, everything I do fast. Like especially example, a kitchen. Okay, cleaning a kitchen. Depending on the size of the house, how the square feet is different. So I go in and do it myself. And I time it. The very first time you clean a house, we have schedules, like a house is being cleaned every week or every 2 weeks. But the very first time they give it to you is really bad. So you take time to put it in order. But the next time you come, it's going to be at standard. So you clean it. Then when I clean it, I know, okay, this kitchen takes 1 hour. Then when I hire someone, I put them in the same kitchen. And I see how long it takes them. The very first time I expect maybe 1.5 hours because I'm showing them things. Then the next time they come, I expect them maybe 1 hour, 15 minutes. Then the next, I already know the standard. It's 1 hour. So they keep working and then I see how they're doing. You see what I mean? But all this happens because we are timing things. Everything is timed. And it's weird because after you time it so much, it just happens in future. You come, you just start working. Even if you don't look at the clock, it still happens at that same time you gave it. So please try to time yourself. But when you are timing yourself, there are no distractions now. You cannot be talking on the phone and also timing yourself. You time something and then you do it in the time. If you keep doing that, you're going to train yourself so well that you work so much faster. Try it, please. Try it. I use a timer, and then also I said the timer keeps you focused because you know the time you give yourself. Make sure you are achieving. The time you give yourself, right? And then it helps you work faster. The other thing I wanted to mention, oh, Aula, welcome. Welcome, Aula. We are discussing time today. Okay, remember we are managing our time better. We're going to learn to say no. Okay, who knows how to say no? And do you know why, how you say, what keeps you, no, let me first ask you before I put my point. Who knows very easily how to say no to something? Put in the chat, who says no really quickly? Someone says something, you say no, I'm sorry, no. Hello, hello everyone, we see you, Aula. Please respond to me. Who knows how to say no and it comes easily? Like it's easy to say no. Is it easy for you to say no or no? Welcome, Aula. We are talking time management. We're not facing. The last time you were in my chat, you said you want to throw away the TV. Did you throw away the TV? We're wasting time on the TV. Try later. I find it hard to say no. I'm learning to say no. I'm going to give you a trick how you say no. Okay, more. Put more. Let me see. No one is. It's easier to not easier to say no. Yes, it's easier for me to say no. Okay. Who else? Please, all of you respond, because for me, apart from, I'm going to suggest that's one thing. Maybe it's obvious, the way you say no, but it depends also, because it could be someone, maybe an elder, it's your mom, it's your dad saying something. We do not disrespecting people, but let's assume it's someone else. The guide, especially when we do what we do, the guide is your why. Your why in life in general. What is important to you at this point in your life? You know, it's weird because things are important at some point and then not at other point. Like the point when you're young or going out to a party, going out to whatever is so important. But then, like when you start your business like me, then what's important is so different. So, depending on your why in the moment, anything that is outside of the why, no. That's a no. That's a quick no. If someone is, okay, you know you have, let's assume you're a student, you have an exam to do, and a friend comes and says, oh, let's go out to a movie or a party or something, it's an easy no, right? No, I'm studying. How come it's so hard to say no when someone is distracting us from the purpose of our lives? You decided this is my purpose. This is what I'm doing. And then someone comes and is suggesting things that don't line up with your purpose. It's very easy to say no. Who agrees with that? It's not easy to say no. Okay, and I'm saying maybe your purpose is not very clear. Your why in life, why you are here, what's your goal in life? I mean, I'm talking about the bigger picture. Forget about the goal for today. I'm talking about the goal for the bigger picture of your life, the way you see your life going. Maybe you've mapped, maybe you're lucky, especially I see you young people in the chat. Maybe you are young, but you already figured out what is important to you. Most people by that time, they haven't. But after you have figured it out, no one can distract you from that. So anything, when someone comes with whatever they come with, you look at it and say no. It's easy to say no, because it doesn't line up with your purpose. Who agrees with me? Is that a clear point? You get it? What I'm trying to say? Like right now, I'm clear. What is important to me is so clear. You cannot distract me from it. So you cannot, like if I was planning to do this live today, and someone comes with some other plan, what do you think I would say? I said no, because I have my life to do. Okay? So, maybe low self-esteem. Yeah, because you have to learn, especially friends. Friends, that's why you need to, they say the 5 people around you will do what? Who can complete that? The 5 people that are close to you will do what? You are like what? They say what? Ashraf, it's the people. The people around you are not the right people. And you may not have the right people but you don't have to like disrespect them, not make it so obvious that they're not fitting your purpose, but you can just politely say no. It's clear? Yes, you have to, for all of you, in fact, I was getting to this topic, I don't remember when, about how to discover your purpose, if you're not so sure yet. Yes, because if you're very clear, if you are lucky that you are very clear, because normally sometimes when you're in your 20s, even in 30s, people, it's not very clear what your why is. Like you are jumping here and there, but you're really not very clear on what you want. But after you're very sure of what you want, it will be hard to distract you. Or, let's see, you are average of the 5 people. Yes, you're average of 5 people around you. So Ashraf, if you made a comment there, that's why I thought about this. You said maybe low self-esteem. Yes, you are around the wrong people. You need to be around people who make you feel better, who support your goal, who want something good for you. But if you are feeling the low self-esteem is like you are worried about what they're gonna say, right? Is that what you mean? Oh, what do they say? No, you're not gonna care about what they're going to say. You're going to care about what's important for you, as long as you're not being arrogant. Because you could be arrogant. You don't be arrogant. You just probably say, so you know what? No. Or maybe I have something else I do. Like for example, if someone comes to borrow money from you, and you know for sure they're not going to return it, okay? Instead of saying, no, I don't have money, okay, they came, they want 100, you just get 20. Assume you have the 20, you give them the 20, you say, I'm sorry, I have this and that, but you have this, but give it as a gift. Give it as a gift, that way you have balanced it out. It's not like they didn't go with nothing, but you didn't give them, the loan, because you know they don't pay it. They will not pay it back. So who agrees with me on that? It's a way to solve it. So if someone is coming and they want a whole day from you, give them an hour. That's what I mean. Like weddings, people have weddings and functions and they need your support. Yeah, you can support them, but in a small way. Don't say no completely, but do it and also go back to your thing. Influence you? Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you that our wise, yes. What is brilliant, Ashraf? What are you responding to? You know, I'm saying a lot. What are you responding to? That you can say no, but it's not like it's so obvious that that is not that important to you. Don't agree with the person, but you go back to your thing. You go back to your thing. Explain the brilliant. I'm about to find another point here. Okay, then no. I think we already talked about writing things down, did we? Planning, I didn't say write it down. Actually, I forgot to mention that when you do your goal, you better write it down, of course. If it's going to be smart and measurable and achievable, it better be written down, right? So I'm also saying that there is something when you write things down, like every day, like today. I say today I have to do this and that and that. You make a long list. You know, it looks really long. It may be something as simple as what? Like things you do every day. I'm going to do that. You list them. It becomes a very long list. That as you tick it off, the process of ticking off something as done, you feel better. You feel more productive. You feel this kind of energy. Rather than just doing them, you just do them. If you wrote them down and you take it off, you feel like you're doing great. You feel good. It's a self-esteem issue. Ashraf, self-esteem, I just gave you a tip right there. Write things down for the day, like the things you have to do today, and then tick them off. See how you feel as you tick them off. Especially if you tick the whole list off, then you finish everything for the day. Next time, add more. Okay? That's a tip I have here, that the process of taking something off your list. Try it. When you start your day, even if it's something as simple as attending my live or watching my video, these things we do all the time, just put it on a list. So you have your simple list, and then go back and oh, I finished that tick. I finished that tick. That the process of ticking off. That's Jim Rohn who teaches that. He said the process of ticking it makes you feel good, like you did well. Okay, so that's a good thing. Okay, make a list, tick it off. And then I said, what else? Oh, do it now. I said that do it now, and I'm going to contradict myself a little bit, because let me explain the do it now. I need to go back to your comments. My computer. What you become is determined by who you surround yourself with. Yes. I like the idea of ticking off. Yes. Tick it off. You feel good. And then, if you are not ticking things off, remember you started off the day saying, this is what I'm doing today. So if you're not ticking them off, then you didn't do a good job. So you better do better tomorrow. And that is also another thing. Or you didn't put enough. You ticked off everything is finished. You didn't plan your day well. There's a lot to learn from that, okay? So, I have another point. I said do it now. And the do it now, you'll find that it's a little bit contradicting what I said in some area, because I'm saying anything that takes less than 5 minutes, or it's up to you, whatever time you say, but I said maybe 5 minutes, do it now. Do it now. Let me give you an example. If you open an email and someone is asking for something, maybe something, but you know that you could respond right now. Respond right now. Don't say, oh, I'll sit later and deal with that email. Don't put it off. Do it right now. There's people, in fact, someone was giving an example, or was saying, like an assistant. You call in your assistant and you say, do this for me. Like something. What? Who has an assistant? Who is the boss here? I want an example. Who has an assistant? Lydia, do you have an assistant in your work? You can call in and say, do this. Do you have someone? I'm watching for bosses here in the chat. Who has an assistant? Like, he was giving an example. He called an assistant. Okay. Like you call your, what example can I give? But it's something that can be done now. Because this person was saying, he called his assistant and said, please do something. Or whatever it was it order something online or something? But then she went back to get somewhere to write it down. To write. But the time she spent going to get something to write down what he asked, if she had just done it, it would have been done already. Like, go online and do it. So what the point is this? Just do it. Don't spend time noting it down, or I do it later. All that time you was wasting. May God have an assistant, may still what? God have no an assistant yet still. You could be in a rat race and still have an assistant. Okay, an assistant is very good because they save you time. Okay, please, I'm going back to my point. The time it takes you to note it, I gave you an email. If someone is sent you an email and they're asking you for something, just hit reply and type it, and it's gone. But now you say, okay, I'll respond to those emails later. But some of them, as soon as you read it, you should have responded. That's what I'm saying. Don't keep things that don't need to be kept. Just do it. I have a lady here. Those who saw me interview the lady, Miss Michelle. Who saw me interview Miss Michelle? The one I brought on the 2-year anniversary of this channel. You remember Lydia, Miss Michelle? The way she functions is amazing. Is amazing. And even not just her. Here, I think they call customer service in USA. Not even in USA, because the people, yes. The way, like as I'm speaking to, and okay, Miss Michelle does it, but other people do it too. Let's assume you call customer service in a company, and you have a question. You say, okay, I didn't get this, or I didn't get that. As you are speaking, they are responding to you. It's amazing. Because when you put down the phone, the phone, you check your emails, everything you just talked about is already there. So as you are speaking, they are sending you things. That's amazing. So Miss Michelle, if I'm talking to her and I'm asking for a number or something, by the time we finish the call, I look at the text message, everything is here. You see, that's what I'm saying. Do it now. Don't start, oh, Sherifa called me, she wanted that, so I have to send it. No. She does it as you are speaking. Who is going to try that? Or who is doing that? Yes? Get in the habit of doing things now, like right now. Someone is asking for something, do it. Something is asking for something, do it. As long as it's quick. It doesn't take a long time. Only if they want an essay. If you have to prepare an essay, that one takes some time, okay? That's a tip. The other one, in fact, I think I didn't write it down, but I wanted to mention there are things that you could do concurrently, together. For me, the times when I used to watch TV, I don't watch TV much anymore. Actually, I don't watch TV. But when I used to watch TV, I'll give you an example. If I had a movie to watch, those times, I used to watch Lifetime movies. Who knows Lifetime movies? A long time ago, in my 20s maybe. Lifetime movies, anyone knows? They used to play Lifetime movies. It was always about women who had gone through a story and then they played it out in a movie. So these were real life stories. And I loved them. So I used to watch them a lot when I was younger. But when I say do things concurrently, this is what I mean. Always when I had to iron my clothes, or when I had, my daughter says it shouldn't be clothes, it's clothes, ironing, cooking, those kind of things, I always did them concurrently with TV. I don't sit there and watch TV. I'm watching TV. I used to have to change the TV. I put the TV in my kitchen for that reason. I'm cleaning, I'm washing dishes, I'm doing whatever, I'm watching. Especially ironing. When I'm ironing clothes, the TV is in front of me. So I'm ironing, but I'm also watching. Is that weird? I used to do it. Like right now, what do I do concurrently right now? Let me see. What do you do concurrently? Netflix. What do you do concurrently? Because there are a lot of things I do concurrently. Like I'm speaking on the phone and I'm doing something else. Who does it? Give me an example of what you do. Because that saves a lot of time. All these YouTube videos, I don't watch them. I'm watching a YouTube video. I'm watching a YouTube video. I'm liking on Instagram. I do that, by the way. Like I'm watching someone's video because I have to support them on their channel. But I'm also liking things on Instagram. I'm doing it at the same time. Yeah. So it's there's no value. We call it value. No value in TV. But I see the headlines. Yes, I hear the headlines. No. I disagree with you, Miss Lydia. Because there are things you multitask and there are things you cannot multitask. If it's really important, you focus. Remember I talking about focus? I just gave you an example. I was ironing clothes and I was watching a TV. So it's a big TV screen. I'm ironing and watching. So why are the risks? I'm burning clothes or what? And right now I just told you, I can watch your movie while I'm doing your video while I'm doing something else. There are two things. I think it's also training my brain. I can do two things at the same time. When I'm on the phone talking, I'm always also doing something else, especially if it's a casual conversation. I do that all the time. So what can you do? What can you do together? Give me an example. Maybe some people will benefit. I just gave you what I do, and I do it a lot. I do two things at the same time a lot. I could be, for example, setting up a video, and I can be on the phone while I'm scheduling my video. Like especially those Cashflow Quadrant videos that you watch, that I set up. When I'm scheduling that video, I'm writing description and stuff. I could be on the phone. I do that a lot. Okay, let's see. Ironing and watching TV, you can easily burn yourself. No! I think, like I said, how about cooking and watching the news on TV? Can you do that? Cooking and watching, maybe that's what I do a lot. Like, I'm a Muslim. I listen to a lot of khutbahs, like on TV, Sir Khadi, all those people who, I'm always like cooking and listening. I do it a lot, actually. Listen to audiobooks while cooking, yes. Listen to audiobooks while driving, yes. That's why audiobooks are very popular. People listen to them while they're driving. Okay, what else? But you agree that it can be a thing to catch up on some things, okay? The other thing, I'm about to finish with time management, by the way. I know Malaysia is getting late. Yes, having focus time. I mention this all the time in my videos. Time when you know you are most productive. What's your most productive time of the day? For me, it used to be night. Premiere my videos while sharing the link. No, that's not. Yeah, Lydia. Okay, that's good, but you are premiering your video. It's your video. You already watched it. We are the ones watching it. Maybe you're talking about like chatting, maybe? You mean chatting? Is that what you mean? Okay, if you mean chatting and also sharing, yeah, that one. But those are all simple, light tasks. Okay, we're talking about, that's good. We're talking about, yes, focus times. What's your focus time? For me, I'm known to do things in the night. If I have something I want to focus on, I like to wake up and do it. How about you? 4 a.m.? Yes. That's good, 4 a.m. Some people say just morning, when they wake up in the morning, that's the time when you're supposed to do the thing that's most important. The thing that's most important, take care of it in those times, so it's done. Okay, so now you have what you know, that this is my most productive time. That's when you do that. Don't be interrupted. Don't put interruptions in that. And then the last point is batching. Batching, this is just a trick for YouTubers only. Maybe there's something else called batch, but YouTubers, I know people, for example, if you are a YouTuber and you don't get the right environment to record a video like all the time, like I know someone who has children, so what they do, they arrange for the children to be away, and this is the day for recording videos. If they have like 2 videos a week, they record both on the same day. They arrange for someone to take the children so they have the environment to record. So that's the last tip I'm giving. So any comments? At night before bed, Fred, that's a good time for simple things. If you have tough things to deal with, I think that's not a good time because you are tired. Fred, you are tired. If you have a big project to deal with, a tough one, I mean, if you save it for before bed, it may not turn out very good because you are tired. Maybe rest fast and wake up or something. That's just my little sense. Only if you're not tired enough. That kind of thing, you can do things like partner with Anthony or stuff like that. But if it's a hard thing to do, you're already physically tired, mentally tired. Okay, and make a final, what's your takeaway? So we can get to the money. I know that people are about to sleep. What's your takeaway from this discussion? What tip are you going to apply? Mention at least 2. What's your new thing that you took away today that you got out of this session? Please do that quickly so you can go to this one. Okay, if you're used to it, I think that's good. That's good. You know, it depends. People are different. If you're used to that, maybe that's your quiet moment, then use it. Okay. What is your takeaway? Please put in a comment. What did you take away from this whole discussion we just did about time management? Okay, that's good. Yes, have a calendar, put it in, and a list. When you have that calendar, list it in. You know, when you go to the yes, and you know, it's if you can go to those printing places. I mean, what do you call it? Where you buy stationery. They have the wider ones where you can go in and list everything for the day. Because I use them here for cleaning. You list all your 10 things for the day. They have enough space. And then take it. When you tick and you see you didn't tick all of it, you didn't do a good job, or maybe you overscheduled, or you see how things are. You check yourself, how productive you are. Yes, phone time. Phone time. You cannot be responding to phone time. Let me tell you, when I do email, when you talk email marketing, it's funny. When you use get response, and some of you are familiar with get response, and friend, look, you're familiar with get response, it has this feature. When you send out those 1,000 emails to many people, it can show you that is a thing you say yes to. It can show you click if you put it on to show you real time what's going on. They can show you an email going to someone's phone and someone clicking it. So you see the people who are clicking emails immediately. You can even see in the reports, someone who, whenever they get their email, they click on it immediately. So it shows you that some people are right there. Like it's come, they click. Also saying no wherever necessary. Yes. Manual calendar, yes. Multiple tasking, yes. That's good. Okay, who else? That's good. I don't see others giving their takeaway. Salma, what did you take away? Moonlight, did you respond? Please put in action. Remember, this channel is about taking steps to make our lives better. How about the 80-20 rule? Yes, with a list. You're going to be surprised. You put a real list like in the morning, or you do it. In fact, it's more. Remember the example I gave you when you got Revenue Authority? Writing it the day before. Even partner with Anthony, he says it. Anthony, says it. Writing it the day before is even better. It's to do with the subconscious mind. This mind, it works better when you prepare it. So if you make your list the day before, and you sleep knowing what's happening the following day, when the day comes, you are ready. You are ready to go. You do much, much more. Let me tell you about those cleaning things that I talk about, the houses. I can be mentally thinking of the house before I start cleaning it and know where I'm going to start from. We know, okay, we're going to start here and there and there and there. You already planned it. Once you enter it, you know where to go. So, those kind of things. Prepare your mind, prepare your body, prepare. Okay? 80-20 rule helps to know what to focus on, yes. That's good. That's good. There are people who haven't responded. Salma, where are you? I don't see Salma responding to what she took away. Even Moonlight, you haven't responded. No. You put calendar. Okay. Now, time for Cashflow Quadrant. Please put action. Put in action. We'll review time management. Let me put a date. We'll review. We'll come back to time management. Maybe 4 weeks from now, we see the benefits. Bring time management again. 4 weeks later, we'll see the benefits. Part 2. Okay? I'm going to discover my biological prime time. Yes. Late night, very early in the morning, very good. Okay, now for Cashflow Quadrant. For those of you who watch the videos, there are videos 60, 61, and 62. Who watched 60, 61, 62? Who's ready? Sorry about that. My napkin fell. Who is ready? I'm going to discover my... Yes, that you feel good when you tick them off. You tick them off. You tick them off. You say, oh, I've done all that. Write the simplest of them. I have to take a shower. I have to do whatever. Put them on the list. Okay, ready? Who is ready? I have 7 questions. And remember, sometimes we split the 10. Sometimes we give away the whole 10. Let's see. You have to participate in this. You have to watch videos I bring on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. They are all about the Cashflow Quadrant. All the answers have to come from the book, from those videos. Now, nowhere else. You cannot use your imagination. It's what happened in the videos, because we tried it and it was confusing. So 60, 61, 62, ready? Okay, Salma, I didn't hear your takeaway from the discussion of time. Let me first hear it. I want to see what you're going to do different. And then I will start the question. Okay, the first question, if you bring your answers to in a way that it doesn't look like you copied the first one, then I'll give it to two people. It will be a split of 5-5, but it's a specific number. It's a specific answer. It's one number. Okay? I'm reading. Okay. Question number 1. Banks expect the average person to buy a new house or to refinance a house every how many years? The answer is just one digit. Banks expect the average person, when they're planning to get their money from you, they expect the average person to buy a new house. But then this is mostly these companies. Oh, you got it. Oh, now I mentioned that that's a correct answer. So another person cannot do it. And it took forever to come. I'm giving you $5 for that one. Oh, Lydia did it too. Okay, I'll give both. It came quick enough. Fred, wasn't that interesting? I never heard of that. So we have Lydia and Fred. Fine. Oh, sorry. Only if you don't win anything, Janet. I'll consider. Oh, how many? Who else? Janet, I don't know. Really? Are you sure you're not copying? You are not copying each other? I think you are. I'll take the first two. I have many questions. You have a chance to win. Okay. By the way, does everyone understand what refinance is? Because I could explain it really quickly. Does everyone understand what refinance means? Refinance? Yes, 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 or no? If there's anyone who doesn't know refinance, I can explain really quickly before we move to the next question. Because we are here to learn. Okay. I mentioned it one time in the videos. Here, this is an American way. These things we're talking about. So the way we buy houses here, except if you are very, very rich, people don't get cash and go buy houses. Okay, very few people design their house. You know, like in Africa where you design your house and to go build it. So here, they are like, they build houses. You remember one time I was driving and I showed you what I call the middle class neighborhood? So those companies, they come and build houses. The houses may be similar, a little bit different, something a little bit different. They make sure actually the outside is always different. Like if they put white on that, they put brown on the other, like they make sure the next house doesn't look exactly like the previous house. But when you go inside, the design is almost the same. So they build houses, and then after they build those houses, this is the average thing that happens. There are some people who design their own houses, very, very few. But the way houses are done, they come and build maybe, like how you see, like maybe 300 houses, or however houses, a new neighborhood. And then they set it up so that you people, you buy those homes, the new homes, right? By borrowing from the bank, okay? You apply, you say, okay, I want to buy that house. And then you go to the bank and apply for a loan. Everything is set up. It's not even the bank, like you walk into a regular bank. No. There are people who are mortgage brokers. That's all they do. They look for people who want to buy homes. All you have to do is put in an application and say, this is the home I want to buy. It costs $300,000. Then they look at you, hear me talking about credit score, all that stuff. You put in they check you out. Here, every person who is legally in this country, you know, not everyone is legal, but the legal people, they all have a social security number. The way that Uganda is starting to deal with it in Nagamuntu, what do you call it? That kind of system. Nagamuntu, right? They have, every person has a number. So all you have to do is put on your application that number, your social security number. They run to see your life. Your whole life is there. They see which credit score you have. Then they ask you for your income, job, proof, how much you make every month, and all that. So the combination of that will decide whether you qualify to buy the $300 house or you don't. But assuming you do, They give it to you. You buy it, and the common way to buy the houses is 30 years. They give you 30 years to pay it off. Okay? They say, okay, you're going to pay us $2,000 every month. After 30 years, it will be done. And that 30 years, the 2,000 includes the mortgage, the interest, sometimes they put in, sometimes they don't. But sometimes they put in the taxes and the insurance, everything is in that 2,000. So once you pay your 2,000, you're good to go. The only thing you are required to pay is the electricity and whatever, the services in your house, the internet and stuff. And then, of course, the repairs, you are responsible for those. Now, 30 years. So what happens, this thing, the 7 years, after you start paying, you pay every month, you send the 2,000, they send you a statement, every month you pay. After 7 years, what tends to happen? Because you've been paying, some money gets built up there. The loan that was 300,000 is now maybe 250,000. You paid off some. You get it? Who is following so far? Put yes. I don't want to waste time. Who is following what I just explained so far? You got a loan, you paid, and you paid for like 7 years. Every month you are paying. Every month you are paying. You're following? Okay, so what happens, remember when I make a quarrel with these banks, that whenever you see that 2,000 that you pay every month, you've been paying back on the loan maybe 300, maybe 400. Yes. So what happens, this portion of 2,000 that you're paying every month, it has the mortgage, it has the interest. Mortgage means the loan that you got. You are paying a portion for interest, you are paying a portion for insurance, you are paying a portion for taxes. These are local taxes. Remember I told you that's how we get the education free, because you pay those taxes. So at some point, that portion that goes on paying your debt, maybe $300 every month or $500, it builds up. It builds up so that the loan is now no longer 300,000, it's maybe 250. So there is what they call, that's called equity. You have equity in your house. You have some money, some value in your house. So what happens after the 7 years, the average they're talking about, most people do what is called refinancing. Now, refinancing means you want to reset it again. You reset the loan. You reset it. It's not and apply again. It could be a different bank this time. You go through the whole process again, or to the same bank again, and you apply that you want to refinance. Now, what happens sometimes? People want to get out the money that's built up there, that they have some maybe 30,000 at this point. What do you mean? Did you understand that? Because you have some money in on the loan that you paid back, some people do it because they want to get some of that cash. You want to get some of that, so the bank, it depends on the way you want now. You start over. It's like you're borrowing again. Again, you look at the credit score, your job. It starts like a new loan again. So they're canceling the other one and starting a new one. And this time, some people do it to change it from 30 years to 15 years. Instead of having a loan to pay off your house in 30 years, you said, no, I want to change it, 15 years now. Sometimes that can be the only reason. Other times, they want to get out some cash. Because you have some cash inside, they call it equity. Do you get it? So, they reset it again to 30 years again. They start over, 30 years. So they sign a new loan, and it's 30 years, but they get out some cash, because now they borrow again, but the cash that's built there, they can decide to take some of it out. That's by how people finance the good life. So when you get out some cash, maybe you have 10,000 or whatever, you go shopping, it's your money. You get it? But you go back, the loan is reset again. Then you start paying again. That's what they were talking about the 7 years. Is it clear? Respond to me, please. That's what refinancing is. It's the loan, but you did it again. You financed it the first time, you finance it a second time. It's refinancing. Is that okay? Please let me know you understood what I just explained. That's why people like home ownership, because when you do that, It builds some equity. Yes, yes, that's refinancing. Okay. The second question is, are you ready? I'm reading the second question. I know Janet is about to say I'm sleepy. I'm sorry. Okay. Ready, 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 ready. I'm reading the second question. Ashraf, you won $5 last time. If you won 5 today, some more today, I'll send you your money. I didn't send it yet. Lydia too. You had only 5 last time. Okay, ready? I'm about to read. I don't want to be unfair to people who are not ready. Okay, who else is ready? Ready? Only 2 people are ready. They're going to take the money. Oh, Janet, sleepy? I'm sorry. Sleepy. Okay, ready. Now I'm reading. Question number 2. Okay. Actually, this one has 2 answers. The 2 reasons. So one is enough. If you can give me one reason, I'll say you got an answer. It will be a split answer. This one. Why are your savings and the checkbook balances a liability to the bank? Remember, they said they don't want us to save money, and they said why are your savings and your money, I mean the money in your bank account, why is it a liability in the bank? Why did it call it as a liability? There are 2 answers, but if you give one of them, you'll be correct. It's best you give just one. You leave room for the rest also to try and get an answer. Okay. Yes. Continue. All of you, please. Attempt. All of you. I won't say what's correct and what's not until all of you have answered. Okay. Moa, please. All of you, please participate. This is a chance to earn some money. Okay. Okay. More. There are people. More. I see all of you. Please participate. Janet, if you have a chance, respond. Correct that, because I was hoping for everyone to get some on that answer. Find another reason and add it, Janet. Who else? I want to move on. It's getting late. Type some more. Type some more. Salma, find another reason. If I say find another reason, that means you didn't give the right answer. Okay, how do they lose money, Janet? Okay, I have Fred, I have Lydia, I have Ashraf, I have Aula. Salma, you have to modify your answer. Janet, you have to modify your answer too. I'm giving you a chance here. They don't need your savings. What was the question? Why are your savings and checkbook balance a liability to the bank? And maybe I need to read it again. Why are your savings and checkbook balances a liability to the bank? I think I'm going to stop taking answers. So these are the correct answers. Fred got it right, Lydia got it right, Ashraf got it right, and Aula. Now, the answer that I'm not taking, Janet, you said the banks lose money. That wasn't the question I was asking. Remember, the question was, why are your savings and the money you have in the bank, why is it a liability to the bank? So that's not a correct answer. Yes, now Salma corrected that. And what was the paying the interest? You all are cheating or what? Are they cheating? What do you think? Are they cheating? Because I intended for every one of you, for each one of you to earn something here. I'm very proud of you. You got that right. You are here for the first time to participate. Ashraf, you went deep. You went deep with that answer. I saw Ashraf writing someone very good. When you said they steal the bank, they have to pay you. Because Robert didn't even say that. He just said the cost of keeping your money. You know the cost of keeping your money. Do you know how much money let me ask you. Do you know how much money is protected in your bank? How much is insured? Do you know? Let me ask you, because you have to know this. I saw it here in USA when you had the recession. People were moving their money from the bank because it was not protected. The insurance, if you had money that was over, I think 250,000 in the bank, it was not protected. Read all my answers. I read it. The correct one is the one you have right here, Janet. By paying interest, your interest. That's the only one. No, Ashraf. No. When you have money in the bank, how much of it is protected? That if something happens to it, they give it to you. If they stole it or something happened, how much of it is protected? Not trillions, no. You need to know. Ask your bank. Janet, I wrote you down, but for the last one on interest, I started to get uncomfortable. Someone didn't get the right answer, and that was Moonlight. Moonlight, no correct answer for you on this number. I have Fred, I have Lydia, I have Ashraf, I have Aula, I have Salma, Janet. Oh, okay. You got it, but I think maybe you are copying. I don't know. But my intention was to pay everyone anyway on that one. So I'm moving on to the next one. Let me tell you, in USA, before that recession, the amount covered, I think, was 100,000. I think 100,000. So when the recession was happening, people were lining up. If the businesses had more than that in the bank, they were getting out their money because they knew if something happened, they would lose the rest of it. It wasn't insured. So Ashraf, find out the answer. You may think your money is safe in the bank. It may not be. They need to pay into it. Okay, the question is coming. All of you participating. If I don't read your name, I have Fred, Lydia, Ashraf, Aula, Salma, Janet, and Moonlight. Anyone I didn't read? I intend to give you 5 each on that question. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay. Number 3. Now I'm going to be more strict. I'll take just the first answers. Let's see. If you deposit, this is going to be one answer, one, and I'm giving it to the first one because there's a chance of copying. So if you deposit $1 in the bank, by law, the bank can lend out how much? If you deposit $1 out of every dollar you deposit, by law, how much can they lend out? The first answer only, the one I'm taking this time. Oh, you got it. So Salma got that. I'm moving on. We are too slow. You got that, and I was getting 10 for that one. So I may reduce the number of questions because there are so many. Okay, this one, the person who gets it right is going to get a 10. Are you ready? The one I'm bringing. 10, 10, 10, 20, 10, 9. The correct answer was 10. The correct answer was 10, but I was giving 10 and I was giving the first one to avoid copying. So I'm moving on to, okay, you're ready. What is the name of the game of capitalism? What is the name of the game? I forgot to put the word game. It was confusing me now. What is the name of the game? The capitalist game. What is the name? Remember he was discussing this and I was so mad in that video. What is the name of this game that they're playing? What is the name? You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. Ah, Lydia, you got it. Yeah. I'm not even going to spend too much time. You got it. Salma got that. Lydia, you got this one. Yeah, that's the name of the game. And what does it mean, actually? Okay, who is indebted to who? Yeah, it's about people being in debt. Okay, I'm moving on now. This one is easy. And everyone who answers, maybe the first 2 or 3, and I think I'm going to end here the questions. I have more if you want. I have 2 more I skipped. It says, it was the ending of that last video, I think I said. It was the ending of that one of the videos. I said, money, okay. Remember when Rich Dad was talking to Robert that if you like a game you like to play, that he sees the money, making money and dealing with money as a game. And then he said, the money game is played based where? In the quadrant. That should be easy. The money game is played best where? In the quadrant. You know, that's funny. Because Lydia got it right, but no one else got it right after that. The last question. The money game is played best where? In the quadrant. Yes. Continue on, because we are learning. Yeah. The money game is played. Continue. I'm going to award a 5-5 here. Continue the answers. Okay, in other words, where do you want to play your game? The money game is played best where? Where should we play our game? Lydia, I'm shocked by your answer. Your answer shocked me. Okay. Yeah. So you all get it. I'm giving it to all of you except Lydia. Lydia, you are not getting this one. At least you got that. Okay, so I need to record my list. That's will be the ending. Yeah. Yes. You know, I'm sorry to be saying to be very excited about Aula, because Aula, you are new to this community. I know Ashraf, you are new too, but you're already far ahead somehow. You already have knowledge. You had knowledge you didn't get here. And am I right, Ashraf? I think you had knowledge before you got to this channel. So Aula, I'm very proud of you, because you're picking it up. You're picking the game. So come, keep coming. Lydia, you changed your answer? I think I'm not going to give you this one because you put that E. At least you got a 10 up there. That E, did it come by accident? Okay, now I have all of you here. I'm closing. That's the last one. All of you got it. Let's see. I have... Yeah. Fred, Salma, Ashraf, and then Moonlight. Maybe I'm sorry, I'm going to skip you. You put that E. Only if you can explain how that E got there. Ashraf, Salma, I got Salma. I got... Where is Janet? Janet, did you see? Oh, Janet, you are there. Janet. Who am I skipping? Lydia, I think we missed that one. I don't know how you got the E there. I don't know how you got the E. So did I miss someone? Please listen to this. My results for the money. Number 1 was won by Freddie and Lydia, 5-5. Number 2, I think I gave everyone 5-5. Salma took the one where I said, when you deposit $1, you get 10. That was Salma. Then we got banks, get your savings anyway. That one, no. What is the name of the game? That was Lydia. Then all of you, I'm giving you the last one except Lydia. Who I want a type of investment. What do you mean? Good morning and good night. Yeah, it's 11:30. So, but I want to make sure I have all your names. Aula was here too. Okay, I have Fred, I have Salma, I have Ashraf, Moonlight, Janet, Aula. I didn't mention someone on this last one. Okay, anyone who has got at least $10 will get it soon, but I don't know. I'm trying to see that I can send it myself. I have to set up that system. Okay, don't add the anyway. You didn't get it. I'm serious. I didn't understand, Lydia. You can explain it, what the E meant, because it shocked me when it showed up. What did it mean? You said, I wanted to type investment and the E came. Okay. At least you got the 10, okay? Okay, okay, bye-bye. I'm saying bye to you. Those of you who come and watch these videos, I'm so sorry. It's not a typical live. It's just we have fun with my people here. Other people, when they do their live, they hide the screen. Mine is right here. So, we didn't talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm not going to put a video for you. There's no video to watch. I'll just come and talk about affiliate marketing. We're going to discuss the email, what to write, why we write those emails, and what to include, what are we trying to, why do we need to write those emails. I'll just talk to you, okay? What time do you want? What time do you want tomorrow? You choose. There's no video to watch before. I'll just come live. We discuss for a short time. What time? What do you want? What time? You choose. It will be a short one. We'll just discuss the emails that you have to write to your potential customers. 9:30, okay, 9:30 then. Okay, see you tomorrow. For those of you who watch this later, I'm so sorry that I don't do it like others do it. But if you find some value, leave a comment, especially on the time management part. Hopefully you got some tips. Please, to all of you, yes, that's 9:30. We'll make it short. No, the already voted friend. Try to be here 4:30. 4:30, only if you're saying 4:45. I can move it to 9:45, 4:45. Malaysia, I feel bad for them. It's almost midnight. Okay, please, I'll try 9:30. Fred, we'll make it short. We'll just discuss emails while we write them and all that stuff, okay? Short. Good night. Please take action on the tips, time management, because that's how we change our lives, okay? Bye.